Hello and welcome. Something huge is happening in the world of work. It's not the old story of robots coming for our jobs anymore. It's more like labor and technology are learning a brand new, kind of complicated dance together. So let's get right into it.
Just listen to this quote. It really says it all. We used to negotiate wages and hours. Now we negotiate with algorithms. That cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? The fundamental rules of work are being rewritten by code. And that, of course, changes everything.
So what does this new dance actually look like on the floor? Well, it's a really complex choreography, It involves data, a whole new level of trust, and a total reinvention of what it means to be a manager, and maybe even what it means to be a union.
So first, let's talk about the algorithm's new job title, manager. Yeah, we've moved way past AI just replacing physical muscle. Now it's augmenting our brains, making critical decisions that not too long ago were made by a person in a corner office.
And this isn't some far-off future stuff. This is happening right now as we speak. In warehouses, you've got AI literally whispering optimized routes into workers' headsets. For delivery drivers, an algorithm is plotting every turn for peak efficiency. And if you work in retail or food service, an AI probably generated your schedule based on predicted customer traffic.
And this, of course, creates some pretty big questions. When software is setting the schedule, who's really in charge? If an algorithm says you're underperforming, who do you even talk to about it? How do you appeal to a piece of code? These are the really thorny issues right at the center of this new world.
So faced with all this, how is labor responding? For a long time, the playbook was pretty simple: resist. But that's changing, big time. We're now seeing this fascinating evolution away from just saying no to starting a much more sophisticated conversation. The whole mindset has shifted. Seriously. The question is no longer how do we stop this thing, it's now, okay, how do we shape this thing so that humans still come out on top? It's not about stopping the train anymore, it's about getting in the driver's seat and helping to steer.
And we're seeing this new approach pop up all over the world. Let's take a look at Germany. Their massive manufacturing union IG Metall isn't trying to block AI. Nope, they're demanding a seat at the table, creating these joint committees with employers to oversee how it all gets rolled out. It's about partnership, not protest.
Meanwhile, in the US, the new battleground is data itself. Unions are now negotiating data governance. Think about it. Who owns the data about your performance at work? How is it being used? Can it be checked for bias? Suddenly, data becomes this new form of capital that has to be bargained over. And then you've got Japan, where they're playing chess, not checkers. Unions there are working with companies to build what they call transition ladders. So instead of automation leading to layoffs, they're creating these clear pathways to retrain people for new, higher-skilled digital jobs inside the same company. It's a brilliant, proactive move. But hold on. This isn't just a story about labor pushing back. The smartest companies out there are having their own kind of reckoning. They're realizing that the old playbook of just automating everything to cut costs, it's actually pretty short-sighted. The new name of the game is talent adaptability. The real competitive advantage, the long-term win, doesn't come from just having fewer employees. It comes from having employees who can learn, adapt, and grow right alongside the technology. This totally changes the equation, from seeing people as a cost to seeing them as an evolving asset.
And you can see this in action. At Siemens Learning Factory, workers are literally training side by side with robots. AT&T launched this massive initiative to reskill nearly half its workforce for the digital age. And Microsoft is actually turning its non-technical staff into so-called citizen data scientists. They're not replacing people, they're upgrading them. Okay, so we've talked about how labor is negotiating with algorithms. But this is where the story takes a really fascinating twist. What if unions started using these algorithms as their own tools?
Because get this, that's exactly what's happening. The very same technologies that were seen as this huge threat are now becoming one of labor's most powerful weapons for solidarity and advocacy. Talk about turning the tables.
They're fighting fire with fire. In the Netherlands, unions are building their own tools to audit gig platforms for fairness. In the UK, they're training AI models to sniff out wage theft that's hidden in all that complex scheduling data. It's brilliant, really. The picket line isn't just on the street anymore. It's a data picket line.
So, you've got companies adapting, unions innovating. What's the glue that holds all of this together and makes it actually work? Well, it all comes down to one single crucial ingredient: a new foundation of trust.
There's actually a term for this model:
joint intelligence. And it's not about competition, it's all about synergy. You let the AI do what it's amazing at. Repetition, optimization, all the heavy lifting. That frees up humans to do what we're amazing at: judgment, creativity, dealing with tricky situations. You put those two together, and the result is way more powerful than either one could ever be on its own.
So, let's bring it back to that dance. What are the steps? Well, it means both sides have to start seeing data not as some corporate secret, but as shared capital. It means looking at retraining not as a cost, but as a mutual investment. And it means treating automation as a stage for reinvention for everyone involved, not a reason to retreat.
And I think this quote from a union leader just nails it. The goal of progress is not to make humans obsolete. It's to make them indispensable in better ways. That's the whole point. Technology shouldn't be about replacing us, it should be about elevating us, making our jobs better and more meaningful.
Which brings us to the final, big question. And it's one for all of us, really. As AI keeps getting smarter and smarter, what is it about a human worker that makes us truly indispensable? That right there is the question that's going to define the future of work. Thanks for watching.